Alright, get us started.
Korn and Kock episode 32. 3. I fucked it up.
32-3.
It's 32-3. 33.
Don't worry, we'll get to 323 before you know it.
300 and 400 and 500 and 600, and then we're going to get to 666, and then the church will cancel us.
And then we will finish our 24-hour roller coaster. Give or take around that time.
We're still working on it.
We got like, what, 20 plus minutes?
We had like 19:40. 19 minutes 40 seconds. Seems like a pretty good place to go. Pretty good place to be.
We gotta start somewhere.
That's gonna sound like shit, but don't worry, I'll cut it out.
So how are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing okay.
Yeah? What'd you do today?
Played with my dick, and then just I did some drawing, and Dion came over today.
Oh, did he?
And we played some Breath of the Wild Wind.
Oh.
But not before he played Dark Souls and failed at it miserably.
Oh, I'd probably be right with him failing at it.
But here's the thing, though. It was in a section of the game that he had done, like, before, on his first try. Plenty of times. And he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. I don't know. I guess it was just the pressure. He's like, I want to play Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I got a score to settle. I'm going to beat this boss. So we killed Big Tit Lady. And then he was trying to get to Big Tit Lady's, like, older brother, sister, whatever. It's unclear.
Right.
And then he died because he got fucking, like, rapid fire shot with arrows. They murked his ass. They archery tactics for deer to that kid.
F.
And so he needed to take the long way around. And long way around implies, well, not implies, but the long way around is they have to, like, go up on the rafters of these, like, this church chapel, and there's enemies throwing knives at you and shit, and it's just, you make one mistake, you fall down, you have to do the whole thing over again. Stanks.
Man, that sounds like a good time.
It's really not. It's one of the most annoying parts of the game. Anyone who's played Dark Souls can tell you.
Sounds pretty fun to me. I gotta give it a try sometime.
Kock plays Dark Souls. I mean, that'd be fun. 'Cause that game, you're like meant to just like keep dying and dying and dying.
You know, the first one. I like the second and third ones aren't as hard as the first one. From what I hear.
Oh no.
No.
Well, okay. The second one is like a little bit easier. I'd say it's a little bit easier.
What about
but
the third one?
The third one is like just as hard, if not harder, than the first.
Huh.
Then Bloodborne is like, oh, you like playing kids games, huh?
Well, I'd like to continue on where we left off the last podcast.
Alright, bro.
With some of these questions that we didn't get to.
Korn and Kock question time miniature. Well, not really. It still counts. Let's do it.
Which is better, cats or dogs?
Cats.
Cats, but I do like dogs.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of canine action. But there's only so much peanut butter ball licking you can take before you're just like, I just want the cat to just sit there and silently think, fuck you.
You know, cats already think that. I mean, that's... Part of the thing about being a cat is, you know, you like attention when you want it. When you don't want it, you just, you know, bail. There are some sociable cats out there, like your cats. Well, maybe not all of them, but Cece's.
What do you mean all of them? I have 2.
Well, in you know, all the cats I've met in your entire life, not currently.
Fair enough.
If you were to be locked up for a crime you committed, what would that crime be?
Pissing on Trump Tower.
Jaywalking in every state. Except for Nebraska. We'll leave that one
What
out.
about the fact that jaywalking is a totally fabricated, stupid, made-up law that doesn't exist in other countries?
We got another question.
Alright.
What? I hope we caught
Thanks,
that.
Thanks, Feezy.
What's the most pleasurable thing in life to you all?
Definitely, like, you have a stressful day at work, you just come home, unzip your pants, and you're just like, you know, you're just like using your dick as a punching bag.
Definitely not. I thought about it, but no, that's... That's not me. Never been a part of that life. Ask me in another 30 years, I'll probably give you the same
Honey,
answer.
it's 4 p.m. It's time for your daily dick flattening. Okay, dear.
Everybody knows it starts at 6:36 Eastern time.
Eastern time.
Anyways, what's the most pleasurable thing in life to you all? Well, there are some things I can imagine are pretty, pleasurable, but that I haven't gone through, like having your team go all the way. I haven't had that happen. What else?
Well, that's what happens when you back Arizona sports teams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could be a Pelicans fan.
I guess so.
I mean,
I don't know anything about hockey, but I assume the Pelicans are Pelicant to get it up.
Basketball, but yeah. Let's see what else we got.
I didn't say what I thought was most pleasurable.
Well, what is it?
It's eating spaghetti that my mom makes, the seafood pasta that I talked about on episode 2 of the podcast.
Eating spaghetti.
It's really good.
Spaghetti
it's really
is pretty
tasty.
good.
I come home after a long day of work and I just I smell the seafood in the air and I'm like, yep, it's go time. It's gamer time.
That's when you know it's all coming together.
It's gamer time.
Did we do this one? What part of your hobby do you most enjoy doing?
No, we didn't. What part of your hobby do you most enjoy doing? For me, it's when I finish drawing and I look at the finished piece and I go, yeah, 3 people are going to see this and kind of maybe like it. The rest are just going to, oh, all right, and then just keep scrolling.
I'll top that. When I when I learn a song that's over 9 minutes long, learn the whole thing, film it, edit it, upload it, and 2 people watch it. And I know what you're going to say. Yeah, but you get multiple views on your videos. Yeah, it's the same 2 people just clicking back, and watching the same video. Boom. And then the second one, part of your hobby. I mean, that's music. The other one would have to be something baseball related, but I don't really play anymore. I go to the cages. I mean, just coming home every day and just watching all the highlights and knowing what the hell's going on and how I know more about other teams than their so-called fans, Yankee, Dodger fans out there. I probably know more than you guys think you know about your teams. That's a pretty pleasurable feeling. What else you got?
What do you mean?
You got anything else?
Drawing is like my only hobby.
Video games.
Playing video games. I don't know. Like today, I found out there was a glitch in Breath of the Wild that basically lets you duplicate heart containers, so you can basically get infinite health and infinite stamina really early in the game. And I had no idea it existed. And I was talking to Alex about it, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, it's really easy." I looked up a 12-minute video on how to do it, and it's so fucking easy, and I did it. It was awesome. It's like when you find an exploit in a game that you think you know pretty well, that like...
I hope we got that on.
Oh my fuck. At this point, I should just invite him in to be a fucking guest. Like, Christ. But yeah, when think you know a game like the back of your hand, and then you're just like, oh, there's new shit. Like playing Breath of the Wild, I've had that game for 3 years.
3 years? It's been that long?
Actually, we're recording this on March 2nd, 2020. Tomorrow, March 3rd, 2020, will be the 3-year anniversary that the Nintendo Switch and Breath of the Wild came out. So technically, I will have owned the game for 3 years tomorrow.
Let's go!
And I still don't know everything there is to know about that game. Never 100% in it, but I'm playing through it again. I want 100% it, because it's cool.
It's pretty epic.
It's so epic, I might just... I'm going to suck my...
From what I've been reading on Wikipedia, people are saying it is a pretty epic game. Just kidding. I get that from YouTube comments.
Yeah, this drum cover of Yesterday Doesn't Mean Shit by Pantera is pretty cool. But have you ever heard Breath of the Wild Wind?
So I got one here from our good buddy Brock. It's this is a 2-parter.
Oh boy.
One for you, one for me.
Oh shoot.
So, you do a rundown of your favorite art pieces.
Oh boy.
And then I do my 10 favorite covers that I've done so far.
Oh fuck.
So.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh, I'm gonna have to pull like triple duty for this one.
Well,
put them up on screen.
oh,
Actually, no, it's not that big a deal.
Well, let's do 10. You name one, and then I'll name one, and we'll go back and forth and say a couple things on it.
Sure.
So you go first.
Sure.
So art pieces.
Number 10, Death of a Polychromatic World. So do you know about that? Like, have you heard me say that before?
Probably.
Death of
familiar.
a Polychromatic World is the name of one of Zayn's albums. And I thought it was such a fucking cool name that I, like, made artwork for it.
Kiss ass.
And... Alright. This is what we do here at Korn and Kock. We're the masters of backsass.
Fuck, that's funny. Keep going.
Funny.
I thought it was so cool. I drew a picture because I thought it was so cool.
And then I bent down and I let Zayn fuck me in the butt.
And this guy drew it, and it was all on him. And I'm not supposed to say kisses. Alright.
Dude, isn't that a little bit gay? No.
It's not gay at all. It's being a kiss ass.
And so I also based it off of a dream I had, which I told on the podcast before, where there was like a black hole in the sky, and in 7 days Cthulhu was going to fly out and kill everybody. And we had like 7 days to live before Cthulhu ruined everything.
I thought it was short. I thought it was like a day or two.
Nah, it was 7 days. It was 7 days.
7 days.
7 days. Jibbiday.
One video that I'm really proud of is The Dark Eternal Night, because that was, I think, 9 minutes 45 seconds, and this is back when I had one camera, and I didn't know, I was still figuring out the system, but I just want to upload videos. So I had to put that whole thing in one take. And not only is it 9 minutes long, but it's 9:45 of everything you can think of, and I nailed the whole thing in one take.
It's pretty cool.
And I think that was like 6 years ago at this point, so I'm definitely proud of that one. Number two.
Number 2, the Alm Allegiance drawing of all the different alms from that Glass Heart project I always talk about.
And how many different albums are there?
There's 6, but only 5 are pictured because the 6th one went MIA.
That means Cthulhu got him in
Yeah,
that dream,
he flew in,
which is the prequel series. I wasn't supposed to say anything, but it's coming out. It's leaking out now.
You motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
Ow, fuck. That kind of hurt.
Don't do that.
I got a cut on my finger.
What the hell? I've got cuts all over my fingers
Ow.
from fucking work. It's bullshit. It's like everything in Starbucks is made out of fucking pins and needles.
I know, right?
It stinks. Don't work retail. Go to school. Get a real job.
Better yet, just don't leave your house. Just have other people do your shit for you.
Here's some new shit for you.
All you do by yourself is wipe your own ass. That's all you do. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so... yeah, it's pretty cool.
Let's see. Another video that I'm proud of. There's a Pantera one. I think it's called Sandblasted Skin. I think that had 7 or 8 different angles, which I think is a record for a Rush Bauer record for most angles in a video. And I think in that video, the symbol completely falls down and is laying down. And during like a 6-second break in the action, I lean over, put that thing up, tighten it up, and keep going without missing a beat. I'm almost positive. If not, it was definitely an outtake reel. But I definitely like that one.
That sounds pretty cool.
Number
3.
Number 3!
Pick number 3, my lord. Probably Mega Man Unleashed box art mock-up
Alright.
that I made like years and years ago. It's not very good. It hasn't aged very well, but I'm still proud of it.
Why doesn't it age very well?
Because my art style has cleaned up and improved over the years, and it's just... I don't know. I feel like I could have done way better on some aspects. It's just kind of crowded and like could be spaced out better. You know? It's like when you try to rent an apartment with 4 other people and it's a 1-bedroom apartment. One person sleeps in like the kitchen, the other person sleeps in the cupboard. The person who pays the most sleeps in the bedroom, in the bed.
You got 4 people and they can only afford that? Where are they all working at? Do they deliver newspapers?
They're the people who make the giant cardboard cutouts of Sour Patch Kids for It's Sugar. They work in the sweatshop in China doing that.
They're the first people to go to Taco Bell and get diarrhea and complain that they get diarrhea from Taco Bell, you naturally go, why don't you just not go to Taco Bell?
You know. Speaking of Taco Bell, really quick, remember the other day where you got me Taco Bell, and
yes.
you brought me the cinnamon delights, and there were only 2 of them, and I was like, the fuck is this?
Yes.
Turns out there's only 2 sizes. So you did order it correctly. It's just my fault for not knowing that there were 2 different sizes. However, the 2 sizes are a 2-piece and a 12-piece. There's no in between.
Why?
And it's like the 2-piece is like $2, and then the 12-piece is $5. So it's like, why the fuck wouldn't you get the 12-piece? It's a much better deal.
Would you like a small drink or an extra large drink? Don't get a medium or a large. Nope. A water cup. Would you like a water cup or an extra large?
Or a thirst buster.
Yeah, so that was number 3.
That was number 3, so now you give us your third.
Okay.
Fuck you, Taco Bell.
Let's see. There's my 200th drum cover, This Dying Soul by Dream Theater.
Nice.
That's my favorite Dream Theater song. It was 11 plus minutes. And my favorite part about it was so easy because I already knew the whole thing. And everyone would probably watch that and be like, how long did it take you to learn that? And I go, well, I already knew it from playing it years ago. I just sat down and pretty much played it all the way through. It's one of the very 2 or 3 things in my life that I can actually brag about and have confidence in is I can sit down and play this without warming up. Deal with it. Number 4.
Oh, fuck. Probably, fuck. I really need to, like...
Well, what comes to your head?
Ooh. Mega Man Unleashed, Cactus Man, Inafune mock-up style drawing.
That's a mouthful.
I think it's the closest. So the guy who drew Mega Man, his name is Keiji Inafune, and he's a fucking hack. But he's like, his style of drawing is iconic, I guess. And so I try to emulate his style by drawing the stupid robots the same way that he does. And I think that the Cactus Man one is probably one of the closest, if not the closest, I've ever gotten to just like nailing his style down pat. So I'm pretty proud of that. There you go. Yeah. So I'm just as good, if not better, than a hack.
Let's see. I don't know why this is popping up, but that Iron Maiden, If Eternity Should Fail.
The Book of Souls.
That is a song on that album, but I'm not gonna learn it.
The Book of Souls.
I don't know why, but I can look back and watch that video with very fond memories. I think, ironically, today I was talking to somebody about the Mets, and in that, maybe that's why I'm thinking of it, but I'm wearing a Mets hat, I'm wearing, I think, aviators, and I have, like, I think I had a batting glove on, or batting gloves, because my fingers were kind of hurting, and the gloves kind of eased the pain. They didn't make it go away completely. But it's like 8.5, maybe 9 minutes long. No, it's like 8:16 or 21. And I actually had to learn the whole thing, but I got it down. It sounds great. It's one of my best sounding videos, and there are a couple really cool drum fills in it. So number 5.
Shit. I'm currently looking through all my drawings right now.
Yeah, you know, I should probably.
If you wanna do the number 5, and then I'll do number 5 and number 6 right away.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. The Korn and Kock background for episode 30, the one where we're laughing at Thanos and he's at wizard school. I fucking love that drawing.
Oh, can I unofficially pick one for you?
You can if you want.
The synchronicity background.
I like that one. That one's fun.
Jeez. I got another one. It is a sad one. Losing It by Rush. In the amount of time that's been up, which will be 4 years. Actually, I think it might actually be 4 years. I think I uploaded it at or around this time. But it was for my great-grandmother, and I think I've only watched that video like 3 or 4 times in the 4 years it's been up. But it was a good cover.
One more silence for Stone's grandmama. Great-grandmama.
And...
Anyway.
All right, number 6.
Number 6. The drawing of Diamond Man. I drew the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Robot Master guy. Only because that one, when I posted it, it was my most popular tweet. It got over 2,000 likes and like over like 700 retweets.
Wow.
To this day, it's my most popular retweet.
Huh.
And I don't know fucking why. Like, legitimately, the two things that like blew up that I posted on Twitter, I have no idea why they blew up. Because they were just like regular drawings, like any other fucking Tuesday. And I just don't get it. I don't know what happened. But either way, I'm glad that it did.
Well, hey, you know what? I told you, like a few months ago, one of my videos, The Weapon by Rush, got so many... I was getting emails every day about people commenting on it, saying this is great, I love the song, out of nowhere. And this is this was before Neil Peart died.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't because of that. It was back in like November, October. I just kept getting, or maybe December. That video just blew up. I think I got 1,000 views on that in like a week.
It really goes to show that like you can never really tell what's gonna blow up and what's not gonna blow up.
Yeah. Like I think my most viewed drum cover is Unforgiven 3 by Metallica.
Kind of like Oklahoma City. Oh, kill him. That's not funny.
But another video is Earth on Hell by Anthrax, because the intro is probably one of my best.
Was that 7?
Huh?
Was that number 7?
I believe so.
Alright.
Yeah, so that was number 7. What's yours?
Picture of Charge Man that I drew.
Charge Man?
Charge Man. He's the train robot master from Mega Man 5, and it's got like a really cool pose where it's like the camera's down at his foot and he's looking down at you and he's fucking pissed. He's really mad for no reason.
I wouldn't want to get in a Tuesday night brawl with him.
You're outside of an Arby's and you forgot his fucking barbecue sauce, dude. What are you gonna do?
Well, this is why I had to look back, because there's no way I would have remembered this, but I think my 4th or 5th cover ever, it was Hemispheres Part 1 Prelude by Rush. Not only is that song hard, but if you go in the video and look, a piece of the stick flew into my left eye, and I had to play with one eye.
Really?
And then while I'm playing, I take my left hand away, and I'm rubbing my hand while I'm doing shit with my right hand. Didn't miss anything. I may have sped up or slowed down a little bit, but it's so, minuscule you can't even tell. But I don't make a mistake at all, and I get it out of my eye. It lasted like 20 seconds where I'm just like fucking with my eye, and then I finally get back and start playing, but I didn't even stop. And again, this is in the beginning, all one take.
Bro, that's metal.
So that was number 8.
That's like what's his face, who hurt his fingers while he was playing and he just decided to keep playing.
Drummer or guitarist?
Fucky Steen. He was a guitarist. Like cut open his fingers in the middle of a show, just kept playing.
Slipknot?
Maybe.
He did slice his hand open while he was playing.
Oh, then yes, him.
There's him? I feel like
Alright.
there's another musician. That was number 8, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you're number 8.
Woo! Alright, number 8 is the drawing I made when I turned 22 for my birthday. I drew myself a birthday card, and I love it because...
Nothing wrong with that. I bought myself lunch many times on my birthday.
Well, you need to eat, so I mean, like...
Yeah, but I told myself, I'm buying myself lunch because it's my birthday.
Happy birthday, me. Here's a Charlie's sub. Hey, no, Charlie's is tasty, so whatever.
It is. Not the last time I went. It was actually mediocre.
Well, I just think it's so funny because I drew myself as
Whoa.
I drew myself as Jotaro. I drew Alex as Kakyoin. This is like a JoJo reference, by the way. I drew Zane as Old Joseph. And I drew Stone as Polnareff. And he's just like looking up at his fucking like column hair.
Yeah, it almost looked like Conehead.
It's really funny. And then Ben is Abdal. And then my girlfriend is supposed to be Star Platinum.
Big shout out to Alm's girlfriend.
I love you, baby. And then it's really funny because we got a quote from Araki, the man who wrote JoJo's Bizarre Adventure himself, and it says, "Anime is for fat losers, dude."
Really?
No, he didn't actually say that.
It would have been funny if he did.
It would have been very epic.
Alright, number 9 is Jacob's Ladder by Rush. Only because I always told myself I'm never going to play that song. It's too hard. I'm never going to figure it out. And then Rush played it on their last tour, and I'm like, if they can... They said they tried to play it and they couldn't figure it out. But if they could pull it out and learn it and play it night after night, I can do the same thing. And I did it. So that's easily one of my favorites. Number 9.
Alright, number 9. Alright, I'm going to cheat a little bit, and it's a combination of 3 pictures. It's from this comic I made. It also having to do with the glass heart. But it was like a side story, right? So I had a contest to design characters.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if you design the good character, we'll put it in the story. Or I'll put it in the story. And we got like 10 entries, and they were all like pretty good. Then the one that won... Well, actually, the one that won was not the one I drew. I made the main character. But I mean, like, it was infinitely more interesting. Like, well, not infinitely. Like, the other character was also super interesting. But I meant, like, visually interesting. It's, like, basically like a doll that, like, comes to life. And essentially... I drew 3 comic panels where the first one, she, like, grows into, like, human form from, like, a doll, and it's, like, all creepy, and it's supposed to be, like, a horror thing where she creeps up on her fucking, like, creator, and then she, like, surprises the creator, and it turns out she's, like, super friendly, and she's just like, "Mama!" I just really like that.
That shit is so scary.
I'm literally shit. Oh man, my pants are full of shit.
And number 10 is probably my favorite cover, so definitely take note of this.
Oh fuck. Number 10, what do we got?
The Twilight Zone by Rush.
Oh shit.
I think that's my my favorite Rush Bauer cover, because it's the Twilight Zone by Rush. You never, ever hear anybody say, "What do you listen to?" Twilight Zone by Rush. Not even Rush fans know about it. I think they've only played it live 3 or 4 times. And when you watch it, it just has all the special effects that I like. I don't want to... If you like it, give it a listen. I don't want to spoil everything. But the fills are cool. I'm wearing my 2112 t-shirt in it. Thank you, Feezy.
Thanks.
And it just... That's like the definition of what I always wanted to do in terms of music and editing my own music. So, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is a piece I like to call Holocaust Survivor. Future me, put it up on screen. Yeah, it's a real masterpiece. Just fucking with you. Zane made that.
I was gonna say the creator.
Yeah, Zane made that.
Let's thank the creator for that.
It's a picture of James Hetfield's head, just with arms and arms and feet coming out of it.
I don't even.
Okay, my favorite. Well, not my favorite, but like number 10, something I'm very proud of, is this picture of Eggman, not from Sonic.
Not from Ego.
No, not from Ego, but Eggman, like a robot master who looks like Egg. Because Egoraptor. Oh, I'm sorry. Aaron from Game Grumps actually liked it on Twitter, and I have a screen cap of it to prove it. Put it up on screen. There it is. And even though I don't really have any respect for Egoraptor anymore, still think that's pretty cool.
Still think it's pretty epic.
I'm sitting at the corner of Epic and Gamer Junction.
So I'm in my Rush drum covers playlist, and at the very bottom, it has a hockey video. I have no idea how it got here. So that's going to have to get removed.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh my god!
Same.
Oh my god!
Speaking of which, I just found this out.
What's up?
Courage the Cowardly Dog. I thought of it when you mentioned horror for some reason. Because I just found out Courage the Cowardly Dog has all seasons on DVD. So I definitely know what I'm going to be looking into.
Fucking god, that's pretty cool.
And I also saw it's one of the few shows on Cartoon Network where all the seasons are on DVD. which is insane.
It's weird because most of those cartoons, they were like one and done. If you didn't catch them on fucking Nicktoons, then sorry, you're never seeing them again.
I know. I'm so glad. I think
like My Life, and then all the ones that suck got like DVD. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't want to say that for sure, but I have a strong feeling that like Hey Arnold and Doug got fucking like DVD releases.
You
Yet
like Hey Arnold?
Yet Hey Arnold was so fucking boring.
I liked it. I mean, it wasn't my favorite.
Oh yeah, he lived in an apartment building with a Chinese man, some weird Scandinavian dude, and like a fat bald guy.
It's Grandpa.
No, his grandpa wasn't the fat bald guy. There was the other fat bald guy who lived with his like wife or something.
What about
I don't
his
remember.
grandfather?
His grandfather was awesome because he
Yeah.
had like a dick boner.
That's what I just said. His
Yeah,
grandpa.
his grandpa had a dick boner. Oh my fucking god! I'm this close to running into the other room and telling Feezy to be quiet because we're recording.
No, we'll
like
call
if
this.
he screams one more time, I'm going.
We'll call this the interruption episode.
No, because that was the episode where Bunny Bear kept coming in. Stone kept kicking the mic stand.
No, but what do we call that one?
The trash fire is warm.
But this one will be called the interruption podcast
This one will be called.
or episode.
This one will be called Epic and Gamer Junction.
This one will be called Courage a Cowardly Dog Lost
On-
His Pocket Ref.
Hey, look at me. Pocket ref.
So, definitely Courage a Cowardly Dog, one of my favorites. Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Oh,
Those-
Ed and Eddie's great.
You know, it's a very underrated one.
What?
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good. Remember that time Johnny Bravo predicted 9/11? Yeah, good times.
What?
Good times. Nah, in one of their early episodes, you can see a a picture in the background of two towers, and one of them is smoking at the top, and I think it says 9/11, but it says like $9.11 or something like that. I don't know, but I know the picture thing is true. What else?
Well, that's not disheartening at all.
What about Dexter's Laboratory?
Didi, get out of my laboratory. Didi, I'm taking a crap in the toilet. Please leave me be.
She's like, Dexter,
That sister's so
you left
annoying.
your Pornhub tab open.
Oh.
Didi, get out of my laboratory.
Sound like a teenager Palpatine with an accent.
Get out of my laboratory.
Laboratory.
I'm fucking
It
epic.
actually sounds like Waluigi and Palpatine had a kid.
That would be a fucking wedding I'd love to go to. Waluigi is an assist trophy.
Oh man.
Alright.
Pocket Ref
All right,
is the
you're-
new assist trophy to take Waluigi's spot when he gets put in the game, which we're gonna announce on here one day.
Alright. So, we're gonna do... When Waluigi gets announced as a character, we will play Smash Bros. On Korn and Kock Game Night.
Why haven't we?
We can. It's just you wanted to get back into making podcasts, so that's what we're doing.
Well, we're doing both.
Yeah. Well, I still need to upload the last episode. As of right now, the last episode of Resident Evil is yet to go up.
Oh, I thought it already went up.
No, the second to last episode went up. We're still in the fucking ship.
It doesn't have a good ending. I'm just kidding.
It doesn't. Don't feel bad in saying that. It does not have a good ending. It's a good game, and it starts off strong, but it ends like a fucking wet paper bag floating down the river. And the wet paper bag has a turd in it.
The only game that had a worse ending, what was that game? BioShock?
BioShock's ending is such a wet fucking blanket.
But which is worse, that or Resident Evil?
I would say BioShock, because literally as soon as you deal the final hit on the final boss, he just falls over and he's like, "What are you doing? No!" And then it just goes to like some shitty CG cutscene.
What are you doing?
My lord, how are you doing that?
I mean, you walk into the last room in Resident Evil and you're kind of like, alright, here's the last room. Bam, 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 2 blinks later, and the game's over. It's just kind of like...
Yeah, but it has a Chris Redfield reference.
A what?
Chris Redfield.
Who's that?
He's one of the main characters from Resident Evil.
Oh, is he?
Him and Leon Kennedy.
I never got into Resident Evil.
I don't blame you. I'm gonna go. Shut up. Just give me 1 second. If you want to do the cock,
All right.
actually, don't do the cock segment.
We'll do a quick cock segment.
Hey, yo, we're recording a podcast right now. Can you please like stop screaming, please?
Well, I mean, if we do it, no, I didn't mean to.
What do you mean? No, you didn't mean to. You've been screaming all night.
It's hard to do the door's open, so it's kind of hard to do a little segment here.
Thank you.
This has been a magnificent segment. I'm just kidding. I didn't really talk. I let you and Feezy take that segment.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, I was gonna say something, but the door
Alright.
the door was open,
Alright.
so I couldn't talk over it.
All right.
God.
I may or may not keep that in. I'll see.
I wouldn't
if it's
blame you
if
if
it's
you-
funny enough.
If
it's epic enough, I might keep it.
Hey, that was mine.
Oh, sorry.
Here, you want?
What do you mean that's yours? That's my memory foam
I
pillow.
have my elbow on it.
All right, fair enough.
What were we talking about?
You were talking about
Chris Redfield, Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil 7.
Now,
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna
but
back this
not
up.
that great.
there's a Slipknot song called My Plague, and it has, I think, Resident Evil for the music video. It has scenes from it. I want to double check.
I heard about that.
I can't remember if it's the first or the second one.
You know?
Resident Evil.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
That's all right. That's pretty cool. What was I saying? I was saying, fucking. So you're at Waluigi and Emperor Palpatine's wedding.
Wait. Back.
Yeah.
What?
Remember we were talking about like sounds like who I was doing my impression of Dexter.
Oh, Palpatine.
Palpatine and Waluigi had a kid, and that was Dexter.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're at Emperor Palpatine's and Waluigi's wedding, and you're the best man, and you get to DJ at the reception.
And my pocket ref is in my back
And your
pocket.
pocket ref is in your back pocket. What's the first song you play, and why is it "At a Diglamut" between the buried and me?
Dude, the fuck's wrong with you? It'd be Chris and Kevin's Excellent Adventure by Liquid Tension Experiment.
Chris and Kevin's Excellent Adventure is the dumbest fucking song on the planet, and I love it.
By Liquid Tension Experiment. Doesn't roll off the tongue, which is why it's fucking great. See what I did there? I made it seem like that I was pissed off when I wasn't.
They think it's just fucking dandy.
Man. I never got into Resident Evil.
Neither did I, but I have the fourth one, which is considered to be one of the best ones, I think, maybe.
Game or movie?
Game. Sorry.
Did we get that?
Probably.
So wait, it was a movie first, right?
No, it was a game first.
It was a game? When did the game come out?
The game came out in, like, when the PlayStation 1 was out, so, like, the 1990s.
Oh, shit.
Resident Evil came out in, like, the 2000s.
I don't know. I'm not a fan, so how would I know?
I'm not saying you should have known, I'm just telling you that's what it is.
So it started off as a game, went to a movie, went back to the games?
The games aren't based on the movies are based off the games, and, like... So there's Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 for the original PlayStation.
Okay.
And then there was Resident Evil 4, which was for GameCube. Then Resident Evil 5, I don't know when that came out. And then Resident Evil 6 came out like in 2011, 12, and it was bad. Because it wasn't even a horror game anymore, it was just an action game. It was like a fucking Call of Duty game, but like with Resident Evil on the cover. And then Resident Evil 7 came out a few years ago, and it was a return to horror, and it was good.
Well, what's like a horror game compared to like a violent game like Call of Duty? There's still like blood and stuff. I mean,
yeah, well, okay. So think about like compare like Silent Hill. Like where there's fighting, but it's not really like blam blam. I'm gonna shoot your fucking nuts off with an M16.
Well, a couple things. One, I never played Silent Hill, but from what I've been told by Zane, my Silent Hill expert,
by Zane,
it's like atmosphere building,
yes,
suspense and tension, right?
Absolutely,
Right.
So that's like a horror game.
Okay.
And an action game is you're playing the Deadpool game and you're beating the shit out of fucking robots with your twin hammers.
Okay.
And Deadpool's telling you to chop your balls off in real life.
That makes sense because, you know, they're both violent and bloody. Because if it wasn't, they both wouldn't be rated, you know, M.
Yes.
One would be M, and the other wouldn't. But
M for manure.
M for, yeah, he said it, manure. But I don't know. I want to play Silent Hill. I just have to get around to it eventually.
Same.
And
I've been wanting to play that.
same with Silent Hill. The game came first, and then they made a movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Are the movies good? Have you seen the movies?
I haven't. I heard that the movies just completely missed the point of the original games.
I heard the first movie was alright.
Well...
The sequels are bad.
Oh, yeah, the sequels. Fuck that. Well, I mean, every Silent Hill game that came out after Silent Hill 4 was just, like, terrible.
Silent Hill 4?
Yeah. There's Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4, The Room, and then there's, like, Silent Hill Homecoming, Silent Hill Downpour, Silent Hill Revelations. It's like there's a bunch of shit.
Okay, any game or movie that has the word homecoming in it, don't even bother.
Spider-Man Homecoming, My Dad Homecoming. Don't watch it. It's a ploy by
Wait a
the man
second.
to make you... What's up?
Was Spider-Man Homecoming, that was a new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one with Tom Monigan.
What was
whatever
the
his name.
What was the Spider-Man movie that Tony Stark was in?
Homecoming.
Was it Homecoming?
He was in Homecoming, yeah.
When did Homecoming come out?
Homecoming came out like right after Captain America Civil Shit.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, that is the one. Where in the trailer, I heard a really stupid line where, you know, it was a trailer and they're just showing all the best parts of the movie. And one of the quick lines, him and Tony were standing on the Brooklyn Bridge or whatever, I don't know. And Tony said the line, "Without the suit, you're not anything," or something like that.
Oh, if you take off that suit and you can't be a hero, you don't deserve to wear it, or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, but you need the suit, Tony, to be Iron Man.
Exactly.
You're still smart, don't get me wrong, but you can't fly without the suit, so you can't really say that either.
You fucking asshole.
It really just goes to show you how, like, they write these lines and I guess nobody proofreads it, or somebody is and they get fired immediately.
Nobody thinks logically. They just think, oh, that'll look good on a t-shirt. That'll look good on a fucking pencil holder.
Oh, come on, Marvel, they could say anything and get away with it. They could say George Washington was the second president of the United States and put it in the movie and people would still let it go. But if that was in any other movie, people would rip it to shreds. That's how, you know, hypnotized people are with Marvel. They don't realize they're watching a completely bleak, average movie. They think they're watching the Citizen Kane of superhero movies when you're not.
We shit on Marvel a lot, don't we?
Well, I do. I'll admit it.
I agree. I think they're not high art, but there are a few in there that are actually really good.
Well, yeah.
Iron Man 1, Doctor Strange, Infinity War. I think those are great movies. I mean, say what
Iron
you
Man
want.
1 great.
Say what you want about Infinity War. I think it just kept up the pace very well, and like there was never a moment in the movie where I was bored.
But I wouldn't say it was great. It was really good, and Doctor Strange was really good. I feel like there's one more in there.
But yeah, no, Iron Man 1 is like the best one out of all
Yeah,
of those.
and
there's no contest.
And ironically, it was the second one.
It was the first one.
Oh, I thought Incredible Hulk came first.
No, we had this discussion before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We literally had this in a few podcasts.
I know, I lost. You don't have to remind me. Yeah, so... But Iron Man 1 was the first great one. And can you say any of those movies top that one, or is it really close? Does Doctor Strange top it? Does Infinity War top it?
No.
You know, it's really hard when you come out with your best thing and you try to top it and you just can't. It's really hard to do. And I don't think they fully realized how much of a quote-unquote gem they had when they made Iron Man, to be honest. Because when that movie came out in 2008, Tropic Thunder came out the same summer. So Robert Downey Jr. was the biggest thing that year.
I'm really honestly... I can't believe Robert Downey Jr. hasn't been called out for doing brownface yet.
Because people love Iron Man. They love Robert Downey Jr. I think, honestly, he could... It goes to show you, he did that and got away with it.
You think if literally any other actor was put in that role to, like, be a white actor, playing an actor, playing a guy in Vietnam with blackface?
Remember, he's an Australian. So he's a white guy playing an Australian who's playing a guy who's pretending to be black. For the, 90% of that movie? He does that accent.
The only time that he's not in character, the only time that he's not, like, wearing brownface is when, like, they do, like, the beginning where they're showing all the commercials and, like, shit that the guy's in.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, it's very controversial. Like,
Oh, Satan's
I guess
Alley.
that was the joke of the whole thing. Like the whole thing was like, oh, it's super racist, but that's like a joke within the movie itself. But come on.
Well, yeah,
Come on, if you're gonna go after Justin Trudeau for doing that shit in college, why aren't
Justin
you?
Trudeau?
Yeah, the Prime Minister of Canada.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say the Tropic Thunder writer, because his name is Justin Thorno or something.
Justin Thorn in my. I'm not funny.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, but the whole movie it's a complete middle finger to Hollywood about how far actors will go to get in the role. Why actors like Daniel Day-Lewis are looked at as complete jokes, because it's like, you've heard of Daniel Day-Lewis. He played Abraham Lincoln, and he's a method actor. So when the cameras are not rolling, he's Abraham Lincoln, and you talk to him, refer to him as Abraham Lincoln.
And if you don't, then his agent will yell at you.
No, he'll yell at you, and then he'll leave,
Dude.
and then his agent will yell at you. Yeah, they asked Patton Oswalt, the comedian.
Yes.
They interviewed him because I think he worked with him on a movie, and they go, "Is it true that working with Daniel Day-Lewis is like, a living hell?" And he goes, "No, working with Daniel Day-Lewis is like living in hell. Like
Is worse than living in hell.
Everything you hear is absolutely true." And then you look at him, Dustin Hoffman.
Yes.
He did a movie, I can't remember which one, in the 70s, and to get in the role or the mental mind state, he stayed awake for 3 days straight. And another actor said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, I stayed awake for 3 days to really, get in the zone." The other guy said, "You ever heard of acting?"
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you said that.
That was in
funny.
the 70s.
That's funny.
That was in the 70s, and that one liner could not be true nowadays.
Yeah, the whole point of acting is you don't actually do the things that the characters are doing. You are pretending to do them.
Well, there's some exceptions, like if you want to play the saxophone on screen, and you learn how to play it.
Yeah, that's different. Or like,
fine.
Or like if you're super buff and you got to be like super fucking skinny, like Christian Bale in The Machinist.
Well, and that's where it's just like, and the movie he did after that was Batman.
Yeah.
So not only did he go from normal weight, go down to like 120 pounds, the director was like, "Dude, I wanted 160. Why'd you go 40 pounds less?"
He's like, "Because I'm epic."
And you go, "Okay, if you die, it's on you, not on me." And then he does Batman, so now he's got to go all the way back up. And then you just go, "Dude, why don't you just, act? What about my body?" I mean, who cares? If your acting is so great, no one's really going to look at that. So the whole Tropic Thunder is poking fun at the brotherhood of actors.
The Brotherhood. They all compare penis sizes in the trailers outside when filming's done.
Well, that's the brotherhood thing is kind of more of a...
Hey, KG, take a look at my disco stick.
It's more of a poke at sports, really, like baseball, how it's the millionaire club, There's no drive or fire.
KG.
It's very hard to give a shit when you're getting paid $20 million to play a game that we can go play in the park.
I guess so.
Well, think about it. Back then, in the 30s, you didn't make $30 million to play a kid's game. You got paid as much as the guy down the street.
Damn.
So, and if you got injured, you didn't have all the... It was another job. So guys were fighting for their lives. Now it's like, yeah, I made the big leagues. Who cares? $10 million. There's no drive. There's no fire anymore. Who cares? That's why athletes in sports can be looked at as a joke, because they try, but then you wonder, are they really trying? Because when you roll your ankle and you're crying, but you got a $15 million check in your back pocket, what's really to be bummed out about? And you really just question it. Please say something. I don't want to just talk to myself.
Well, I don't really have anything to add.
You don't have any questions? I'm just gonna...
Alright, here's my question.
I'm just gonna be a schmuck for the rest of the podcast?
Here's my question. I'm just gonna play with my dick for the rest of the podcast.
Alright, so we're done with that subject.
Alright.
Alright, what are we at? 40...
We're like at 50 minutes.
It's interesting.
Where does the time go? So I got fucked over at my job
What happened?
on Sunday. Because I was closing with one other person and the manager. And that store is very busy. Like, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., there was literally not a single break in the drive-through line. There was literally just people coming literally every time we'd finish an order, there'd be another person. So, like, we were busy all day. And, like, everybody left at 2:30. And there was someone who was supposed to come in and close with us to make it 4 people. But they just didn't call and they didn't show up. So we were just alone and we had to stay an extra hour to get everything all cleaned up. It sucked. It was horrible. And just like, you know, I know for a fact I'm going to go in to work tomorrow. And I'm going to be like, so that person's fired, right? And it's like, well, actually, they had a very specific reason. They just decided not to tell us why they weren't coming in. They just decided to stay quiet about it and be like, oh, yeah, well, I just didn't want to inconvenience you. And it's like, well, not calling and not finding a cover was the biggest inconvenience of all, you twat. So, I don't know. If you're going to call off of work, fucking call out. Don't just not show up.
Is that as loud as your phone goes? There it is. This should be our intro song. Or like,
I finally looked up gameplay for that game, Stunt Track Driver.
yeah.
Holy fuck, you're right, the graphics are so bad.
I told you. In fact, I was just gonna bring it over here and just have you play it.
You still have the CD-ROM?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I'll probably show it when I have a kid. I'll pull it out and just be like, look, check this fossil out, Billy.
When I wasn't playing with myself, I was playing with this. Is that a silver donut? No, it's a CD. The fuck is a CD?
What kind of skinny donuts are you eating? Donuts are thick. They're thick with a Q.
Extra thick! I don't know, kids are dumb.
Kids are dumb.
Why isn't it Game Boy Girl? Like, they'll look at a Game Boy and they'll be like, oh, an iPad! You just want to fucking slap them.
No. You want to walk out of the room and question, why didn't I just pull
No, you
out?
want to slap them, but you won't because that's bad.
No.
There's a difference between thinking something and doing something.
But I wouldn't think that. My first thought would be, should have pulled out. No. My first thought would be, we used condoms every single time. So how did this happen?
The one time.
Oh, no. Not even one time. How did this happen?
He looks just like Jamal from down the street.
Jamal.
What's going on? Sorry, that's bad. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Cuckoldry is a real thing that happens. So, like,
Alright, bud.
to say that it, like, doesn't... To cut out jokes like that is to say it doesn't happen, which it does happen, so fuck you. We're not very PC, but it's not like we advertise ourselves to be. So sorry. You don't come to Korn and Kock for us to be like, oh my glob, okay, so I was so frickin' mad at my coworkers because they didn't follow my Tumblr blog where I talk about gender studies. Oh my goodness, it's like, no, you come here to talk about us beating our meat and like just yelling at actors for being stupid.
I agree with the second part. I don't take part of the first part. I do laugh at it, but I don't take part in it. Yes. And thanks for calling me out in the group chat today. That made me feel great.
I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. I was just saying, like...
That's okay. The damage has been done.
Alright.
And I'm going to cry myself to sleep while I'm watching Artemi Panarin highlight videos.
Alright.
But anyways, what is it, Monday?
Yes, technically still.
What have you got planned for the rest of the week?
Tomorrow I work. Wednesday I don't know what I'm doing. Thursday I work. Friday I'm just fucking around. And then the whole weekend I'm working.
Nice.
And if anyone ever calls out again, I'm sort of scream.
Well, how many people do you have who work there total?
Probably like 25.
25, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Which is really funny considering the fact that we couldn't find one person to come in for 3 hours at the end of Sunday to just help out
Well,
a
I was
little
going
bit.
to say, you had 25 and nobody could come in?
No, because a lot of people had already worked that day, and the rest were just like, "Oh, it's my day off, so fuck it. I'm not gonna check the app that we all use to group chat with each other." It's
Well,
like, thanks.
honestly,
You're undermining the entire reason we have that app.
well, you know that's that old thing. Remember Office Space? You know, what is it? When Lumberg is gonna ask Peter to stay, his neighbor Lawrence tells him to leave work early and turn his answering machine off. That's what you do. That's the equivalent to nowadays. You have the app. I just forgot to look at the app or whatever. That's like accidentally turning the answering machine off. I didn't get your message, you know? So, I totally get that. The mistake is, you gotta schedule one extra person, and if it's slow, then you send them home. Because you know it's easier to send people home early than to call people in, because nobody wants to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're me, because I need hours. Which I'm getting 35 and a half this week, which I'm totally fine with.
Nice.
But anyways, yeah, I've definitely been there before.
It's not fun. And I mean, like, that's a problem with retail jobs. It's like, people are flaky. Which, fair enough, whatever. But at the same time, it's like... See, in the future, if this person stays around, they're probably going to be like, "Oh, can someone cover my shift?" And no one's going to want to do it because they wouldn't come in.
Yeah, you just don't do it.
Yeah. So it's like, it creates a vicious cycle of, "Oh, you didn't do this for me, so I'm not going to do this for you." And then it's just like, no one helps out anybody, and we're all just miserable.
Well, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I will say this. If that person constantly keeps asking to get their shifts, covered or traded, nobody does it, they're going to get the clue. And then I guarantee they're going to lessen their availability to where they can only work 1 or 2 days a week. And they're still going to try to get you to cover their shift. And you go, "No, I'm working," or "No, I can't." And eventually they're just going to leave. Guarantee that's what's going to happen.
It's just the fact that, like, a bunch of people that the new manager hired just came to work for a few days and just never showed up again. So they, like, began... like, this one chick, she was supposed to start training, and she was there for a few days for, like, 3 hours. It did nothing. She just stood there and observed. Because, like, I guess no one is good at training anybody. The only reason I'm staying afloat is because I have previous Starbucks experience. If I was a complete newbie, I probably would have quit at this point because it was just so fucking busy and horrible.
Well, that's probably why they quit. They didn't think it was that busy. Which, you always have to overestimate. Think, it's busy, but you have to think it's going to be really busy, Yeah, she just got scared off. I can't entirely blame her, but I guarantee had she stayed, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But I do know how uptight people are about their stupid drinks. When, hey, you know what? It turns into piss anyways. So just drink your shit.
No, it's really funny. Like, I mean, in the end, I really don't give a crap if, like... I really don't give a flip heck if anybody who I work with ends up finding this. But,
what are you gonna do?
I'm not calling anybody out. I'm calling the customers out. Because, like, the people I work with, they're all really cool. If any of you ever find this, you're all really cool. Except the person who called out, you suck. But I don't even know who it is. Like, I don't even know.
You don't even know their name?
No, I'm pretty sure it was a she. But, like, yeah, you suck. Thanks for ruining my Sunday.
What if they want to be a he?
What if they want to be a he? Well, then, they should...
Well, then still called out.
Well, then, I'm still going to call you out for being an asshole and not coming in. Whatever. Point is, so, these customers, it's like, oh, my number one thing when I go to Starbucks is I need my drink to be made 100% correctly. Or else...
100%. I thought you meant 76%.
No,
Thank you for clarifying.
You wanted a 50...
What?
The funniest part is that most of the time, like, people, like, sometimes it'll be really busy and someone will order, like, a tea and they'll want, like, one packet of sugar instead of liquid cane sugar sweetener. But I'll accidentally put in liquid cane sugar sweetener and give them the fucking drink. And they'll sip it and they'll be like, delicious, and then leave. It's like, you don't know the fucking difference. You don't know the fucking difference. And, like, I mean, to be fair, there are people with allergies, and you should be, like, more careful with other things, because, like, with dairy, like, if someone asks for soy milk, like, you should be careful and, like, actually change the drink if you do that. But, like, with sweeteners, it's like, no, dude, you noticed no difference. And even if you're doing it for, like, health reasons, like, you want to stay healthy, like, why the fuck are you coming to Starbucks? Like, you think you're making a healthy choice by getting tea. You're really not.
What was that 100% comment before?
It's like, I need to make sure my drink is 100% correct.
Okay, because I always had this experience when people order pizza and they say they want half pepperoni and half mushroom. I always assume they want one slice of pepperoni and the rest black olives. Because I don't know what 100% correct is. So I just assume nothing. Or sometimes I'll do half pepperoni and just leave the other half out. So they open the box and it's just half pepperoni. So the point is, you don't have to tell me or Alum that you want it 100% correct. I know you want it 100% correct. Why do you have to tell me? Because you have to have the final say, so and you have to tell me what to do like I'm a bitch. Well, guess what? I am a bitch. But you don't have to remind me of that fact. I'm in customer service. Of course I'm your bitch. Where the fuck you gotta remind me for it?
There was this guy that came in the other night. He wanted 12 half-calf shots in an Americano. It was fucking crazy. Do you know how much 12 shots is?
No.
It's a fucking lot. And it's an $11 drink.
$11. I told you, but I'll tell the listeners out there, Taco Bell is getting expensive.
Is it?
Yeah, I bought 5 crunchy tacos and a medium Coke. And it was like under $12.
Under 12?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That sucks.
From when I was a kid, like 9, 10 years old, we used to just get extra tacos, but I didn't care because each taco was like 50 cents. Now each taco is like almost $2 each. Can you imagine?
Thanks a lot, Bernie.
That little crunchy taco is $2. It's almost getting to the point where, hey man, you want to go to Taco Bell? Let's split it. Because it's actually getting to the point where it's actually getting really expensive. $12? You gotta be kidding me.
It's stupid. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But then again, all fast food places are getting like that. Like,
Yeah, I just picked Taco Bell because
you go to like a McDonald's and you want a Big Mac and it's $5 for just like the Big Mac.
Yeah, well,
It's like $8 for fries and a drink.
I know this would never happen, but I'm honestly surprised they don't charge for water cups at some of these places. Some of these places.
Because in Arizona it's illegal to charge for water cups.
Well, you watch. In 20 years they'll get rid of that.
Water will become a privilege and not a commodity.
Well, in Arizona. So what places don't have that?
I don't know. Probably. I know for a fact Kansas does not have that rule.
How do you know that?
I don't know. It's just a hunch.
It's just a...
It's just a very specific hunch.
Uh-huh. Well, either way, like I said, I'm just very surprised that... We'll use Arizona. That they haven't made that a thing. And like I said, even if it is like illegal or whatever, you give it time. Give it time, and it's going to happen. And there's going to be nothing we can do about it. We just have to basically never get water again. I thought you were calling somebody.
Nah.
Well, we're over an hour. I'm pretty tired. My left foot hurts. I think I got plantar fasciitis. Just kidding. I'm going to go home and eat some mac and cheese and play some Lego Star Wars. Well,
The complete saga?
maybe not tonight. Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, you might as well buy the
Yes.
whole thing. You're not going to buy the
Yes.
episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Well, this is a pretty good one. Let's hit you with that Korn and Kock rewind. Korn and Kock rewind. Kock. Thank you. Korn and Kock Rewind. Korn and Kock for 25 years. What did we talk about?
We talked about shit. We talked about Artemi Panarin.
We talked
about Taco Bell.
We talked about Courtesy Cowardly Dog on DVD.
I'm interested to see what the...
We mentioned our top 10 favorite of our music videos and our artwork.
Very true. And I think there are even more questions. Well, it's too far. That we will get to. Thanks for putting those questions in. Keep putting them in, or message them to me or Alm, and we will answer them. We'll ask them out loud. And
or,
you them.
could actually use the Google Doc that I made specifically for questions. That'd be pretty cool, too.
Just get a hold of us.
Just do something to get our attention.
Writing them in the general section really worked out. So, if that works, then do it. Thank you again. And, alright, that's it. I'm gonna go fuck myself. No, I'm just kidding. What are you gonna be up to?
I'm probably just gonna play more Breath of the Wild till my laundry's done.
Nice.
I don't have work till like 2 in the afternoon tomorrow. I'm good.
I'm working a split shift tomorrow.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, good times.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. 33rd episode of Korn and Kock. Korn and Kock.
We're getting closer to 36.
Oh boy, you know what? I'm pretty excited for... I have something planned that I want to do next podcast. I think it'll be pretty fun.
The next one?
Yeah, the next podcast. I think it'll be pretty fun. It won't be game night, but it'll be something that involves recording a screen. I think it'll be pretty cool. And then for the 36th episode, y'all know it's going to be special. It's going to be a special podcast.
Cool.
Epic. Okay, thanks everybody. Take care.
Alright, deuces.
Hopefully next time Fiji won't interrupt.
Buy a fucking pocket ref while you're at it.
Pocket